Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Manager Marty.
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very
much. Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Manager Marty.
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much.
Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Manager Serrano.
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much. The moment we all been waiting for is finally here. Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano, main event of the evening. This is the third fight between both of these world-class world champions. Welcome, y'all. We doing a pop-up live. Pop-up. When the last time I've done a live commentary? When's the last time? Haven't done it in a while. The last time I did Canelo Alvarez versus Jamel Charlo. Don't quote me on that. Or was it Sebastian Fundora? No, I think it was Sebastian Fundora versus Tim Tszyu in their first fight. Nonetheless, we're here now. We're definitely going to give Jake Paul, his business partner, co-founder, and of MVP Promotions, a round of applause, because this card was tremendous. I give the promoters a round of applause. I give the matchmakers behind the scenes a round of applause. I give the sponsors a round of applause, the officials, the judges, and the referees a round of applause. They all got it right thus far. And, man, this was a great card. Top to bottom. All women's boxing. We late night with it. I'm doing live commentary. We just got finished watching the bomb, Alicia Baumgartner, in her first fight back. Obviously, her last fight only lasted 4 rounds due to the headbutt, and she only got really a total of those 4 rounds in the last few years. So she was a little rusty tonight. But her performance didn't look enhanced. Don't get me started. She has a new... But anyway, she looked good. I have to give credit to her opponent tonight. She stood up tall with the lack of skills and the lack of experience that she had going up against a unified, undisputed world champion and Alicia Baumgartner. So she has nothing to hang her head low about. And she deserves all the credit in the world. All the ladies that competed tonight, they deserve a lot of credit. They put it all on the line tonight, all of them. And I'm thoroughly impressed. And tonight, I don't think we will be disappointed in the main event, which will be coming up momentarily. Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano, part 3. Part 3. Obviously, this fight is bigger than the other 2 fights. Look at this massive crowd. Look at it. Look at this massive crowd in New York City. Might be sold out. might be sold out, but um, listen, let me give y'all the tell of the tape. Some of you were here earlier this morning when I went live. When is the last time I did a back-to-back live in the same evening? In the same day? Well, anyway, I mean, I have the answers to that, but anyway, that's my way of saying I'm excited to be here tonight. All of you that's joining live and live in color, don't worry about it. We're gonna cover it. Live commentary right here momentarily. But most of you were here earlier when I gave the breakdown of this fight. Then I republished a video of what both of these world champions need to do to win, what strengths they need to exert, and what weaknesses they need to exploit. And I believe that tonight we will have a winner. Will it end in controversy? We shall see. Will someone get knocked down? We shall see. I do have one question, and I've been really wanting to answer this question for a little bit. But what are those bumps on Katie Taylor's face? No, I'm just asking. I've been wanting to ask her that for the last two fights, but I figured, when I ask questions like that, people get upset. It's just a question. I'm not here to start any. Okay, I might want to start controversy, but not tonight. As the fighters are warming up in the dressing room, we're almost here. But I want to give a tell of the tape because I think that when we look at the experience that both of these athletes have, both of these ladies have, both of these world champions have, this is how we can determine that it's going to be a good fight. In boxing is about skill, but it's also about will. It's also about will. And so, Katie Taylor's 24-1, 6 knockouts. Amanda Serrano, 47-3-1 with 31 knockouts. 6 of Katie Taylor's wins have come by knockout, and 31 of Amanda Serrano's 47 wins have come by knockout. So we know that Amanda Serrano packs more of a power punch, obviously. She's a come-forward, aggressive fighter. Katie Taylor is a slick boxer, puncher. Have a lot of skills. But make no mistake about it, the scripture is right. The race is not given to the swift, but to the one who endures to the end. And Katie Taylor has gassed out in certain fights in the later rounds. But in the last fight that she had with Amanda Serrano, though, she definitely let her second wind kick in. And she went the distance with Katie in both fights. But in the last fight, I noticed that she turned up in the later rounds. And I think that's really going to be the determining factor going down the stretch in this fight. Whose will is going to be consistent to the very end, considering that there won't be a knockout. So we shall see. I mean, there's a commercial break going on Netflix right now. And hopefully when, this commercial break ends, we can resume with the festivities here on Netflix and really get this fight popping so I can begin this live commentary. Man, I'm excited for boxing this year. From January of this year, 2025, all the way up until now, 7 months in a row consecutively, we've had some great boxing. Now, yes, there are some fights that we can point out that didn't really meet some of our expectations, and some professional boxers had some lackluster performances. But at the end of the day, overall, boxing has shown us, and the business of boxing have also shown us that boxing is still here and still alive in 2025. And tomorrow night we'll have Shakur Stevenson versus William Zepeda, Berlinger, Shiraz, Matias, and Puello. That's going to be a woo. That's going to be the fight right there. I mean, we're in for some live, great, competitive boxing tomorrow evening, but definitely tonight in the main event as we prepare for Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor. And it looks like the ring announcer is ready to introduce both fighters. And I think we're going to be in for a treat, because here's the thing. Both of these fighters, they know each other. This is their third time competing with each other in the ring. And so they know certain tricks and tactics that each use in fights. They know the strengths and weaknesses of each other. They know each other better than their friends even know them. Because it's all about blood, sweat, and tears. And when you share blood, sweat, and tears with someone you in war with or standing next to going to war, you learn more about them. And both of these women have digged down deep in both fights. In both fights. And I think tonight, the one who dig down deep when it all matters is going to win this fight. Both of them have skills. There's no question about it. But I think tonight the determining factor for the winner in this fight will display will over skill. I believe the national anthem is being sung. And then from there we introduce the fighters and let's get it popping. We're here now. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Big fight. Massive crowd. I mean, it looks like, from what I can see, from the camera view that's panning around the entire arena, there at the theater of Madison Square Garden, it looks like about 98% of the seats are actually filled, from what I can see. I mean, both of their demographics, both of their cultures, both of their respective family and friends are there in the crowd. Of course, we know Katie Taylor, she's representing that Irish flag. And we know Amanda Serrano is representing that Puerto Rican flag. So it's a massive crowd. Katie Taylor's, she's suited up now. Amanda Serrano, she's suited up now. It's time for both fighters to come on out. Round by round. I'm going to give you live commentary. And guess what? I'm actually going to score the fight. Round by round. But of course, I'll wait until the end. I will wait until the end to give you my scorecard. And what I think and who I think won this fight. We shall see, right? I think both of their respective national anthems are being sung at the moment. Looks like it's finishing up. We're going to get to this live commentary, man. Let's get it popping. Let's get it popping. All right, we're live in living color. Here we go. Here we go. Just so we all can be clear and understand that the rules in women's boxing is different from the rules in men's boxing when it comes to the duration of time per round. 2 minutes per round in this 10-round main event attraction. Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano coming up next. Salute to my guy, Victor. Get the likes up. It's a short crowd. Nobody really knew what was going on tonight. Pop up, live commentary. Every now and then I pop out. Some of y'all remember from, 2 years ago when I used to be more consistent with live commentary and I slowed down a little bit, but tonight is the night. And we're here now. As the ring announcer, is introducing, I believe Amanda Serrano is coming out first. We shall see. All the marbles on the line tonight. Let's go. Let's go. We here now. If you're just joining us live in living color, I'm giving live commentary on the main event of the evening. Savannah Marshall fought Shadeja Green, followed by Alicia Baumgartner. And now the main event is here. Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano. And Amanda Serrano is first and she's making her ring entrance as we speak. Real quick, if y'all can type in the chat, who do y'all have winning this fight? If you're here with me live and live in color, that means you really rock with me. I appreciate your time. In the live chat, man, who y'all got winning this tonight? Who do you have winning this tonight? Serrano or Taylor? Also, while y'all are doing that, just so y'all know, I will be scoring each round as I'm going to be comment live. Of course, I'm going to be commentating, but I'm also going to score each round and judge each round. And then at the end of, I might do every 3 rounds at the end of every 3 rounds. We'll see. How about I do after the actual fight? So after the fight, I will give my scores that I tally up to determine the winner. And coming out with the New York Knicks dance team preceding her, Amanda Serrano, Jake Paul, and the co-founder, his partner of MVP Promotions, are walking right behind her. Here she go, Amanda Serrano. Celebratory moment for her as she's dancing her way, celebrating to the ring. Now, here's the thing. Salute to my guy Lucky, he's here. Here's the thing. We've seen this in boxing happen so many times where fighters are so confident in their ring walk. They're so confident in their performance outside of the ring when they're basically entering the ring. And then when they get in the fight, bad things happen. And we've seen it the other way, where fighters come to the ring silently, quietly, not celebrating, and then they get in the ring and good things happen for them. None of that matters now. What really matters is how these fighters perform inside of the ring. And let me notate this if you're not watching along and you're just listening to me, or if you are watching along and you're muting the commentators, but you're listening to me, I just want to let you all know that Harvey Dock is the referee in this fight. That's all I wanted to, because the last time we saw Harvey in New York was when Devin Haney fought Ryan Garcia. Okay? Now he took a point off of Ryan Garcia for excessive holding. But he didn't take a point off of Devin Haney, even after he warned Devin Haney of holding and hitting behind the head. Well, we know Katie Taylor has head-butted Amanda Serrano by leading with her head. Some of that was unintentional because you have a southpaw against an orthodox fighter. But let's see if that happens again, and if Harvey Dock is going to warn Katie and even take a point off of Katie if she is aggressive and if she is excessive with headbutting. Now, I know that Katie Taylor didn't do it on purpose all the time because she led with her head to keep her chin down. But at the same time, it caused a massive cut on top of the eyebrow of Amanda Serrano that affected her performance in both fights, more so the second fight. And I told y'all earlier, and I'm going to tell you all again, the ringside position in that second fight, their last fight, should have stopped the fight based on the severity of that cut, but he didn't. So Amanda Serrano is now subject to scar tissue. And now Katie Taylor is making her ring walk. No, she doesn't have the New York Knicks or any other cheerleaders or dance team members with her. She's walking slowly, confidently, and silently. And let's see how she performs tonight. Katie Taylor is a world-class decorated amateur. She didn't start late in boxing. She's back with her father as her trainer. They had some personal issues, you know, by admission by her own father, you know. He stepped out on the family. That happens sometime. Men get distracted. But he came back. Him and Katie Taylor restored their relationship. And now he's back in camp with her and walking right behind Katie Taylor, just like Jake Paul was walking behind Amanda Serrano. The promoter that's walking behind Katie Taylor is her own, the great Eddie Hearn. So now Katie Taylor's inside the ring, and the ring announcer will do his job and announce both of these world champions. We're in for a treat tonight, y'all. I promise you. Thank you, Lucky, for the comments in the live chat. Get the likes up, y'all. It's a short crowd tonight. As long as we all are entertained by boxing and support the sport, it don't matter what content creator you're supporting tonight that's doing live commentating. As long as you're there in the building to support the entire sport of boxing, as the ring announcer is ready to announce our world champions. This is going to be a good fight. I mean, the card alone, good card. World titles were on the line. Unified titles were on the line tonight. Not just in this fight here, the main event, but also in the fight preceding this one with Alicia Baumgardner. And the second fight on the card, the televised portion, the fight preceded that one was Shadeja Green versus Savannah Marshall. Both of these women look ready. One of the things that I usually do when I'm watching boxing is I look into the eyes of the fighters. Not just when they're walking to the ring, but when they are in the ring. When they're listening to their name, when they're anticipating their name to be called by the ring announcer. You know, when they're waiting for that bell to ring in the first round, I watch body language and nonverbal communication. And what I'm seeing right now is both Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano, they both look relaxed. And that's because they know each other. And I'm not saying that they're not nervous, but Amanda Serrano looks more in a jovial mood. She's smiling even right now. She seemed very, very confident. Where Katie Taylor has this serious look on her face. She's been having this serious look on her face all day in the dressing room when the cameras were panning on her. When she walked to the ring, she has a serious look on her face. And now she's in the ring being announced. with the same series look on her face. With a record of 24 wins, 1 loss, 6 of those wins have come by way of knockout. She is 39 years of age, representing Ireland. Highly decorated amateur and world champion. Katie Taylor. Very serious look on her face. Very. And I love it. I did have a question though, and I asked it a little earlier, and I don't want to start nothing. What are those bumps on her face? I meant to ask that the last 2 fights. Might not be anything. Y'all know me. I just ask questions when I ask. Might not be anything. I'm just, just observation. Just ask. Will she step up to the plate? Will she not gas out in the later rounds? Will she refuse to lead with her head to avoid headbutts tonight? Will she let it all hang out tonight? Katie Taylor. And now we have Amanda Serrano. She looks so ready, y'all. I've never seen Amanda Serrano look this ready. 47 wins, 3 losses, and 1 draw, with 31 of those wins coming by way of knockout. 36 years of age. She represents New York City. Of course, we know that she's representing her home country of Puerto Rico. Her fans are there. Katie Taylor's fans are there. World champion, a lot of experience, started late in boxing. Never made this type of money before in her life. Never thought that she'd be able to climb the ranks on this stage with this type of atmosphere and environment and on this level. Amanda Serrano looks ready tonight. She looks very confident, and all she has to do is stick to the game plan. Not only am I going to commentate on this fight, if you're just joining us live, salute to my guy Dean by any means. I see you. Not only am I going to commentate this fight, but I'm also going to score each round. And at the end of this fight, I will give my calculated scorecards. Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano, in the middle of the ring, Harvey Dock giving his last and final words. Both fighters are back in their respective corners. And round 1 is about to be underway. Both of these fighters know each other very well. Just like any other professional boxer who has fought in a rematch or even in a rubber match. Harvey Dock waiting to get the signal. Give the signal back to the timekeeper, and now the fight is official. This is the first round, 2 minutes per round. Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor. Amanda Serrano is a southpaw. Katie Taylor is an orthodox fighter. Here we go. Serrano throwing that jab, didn't land it because she's a little bit too far. Katie Taylor looking like she's the aggressor as of right now. We know that Amanda Serrano's style is to be the aggressor. Amanda's throwing that jab, but she didn't land it yet. She threw about 10 jabs thus far, but didn't land it. She didn't step with the jab. Katie Taylor threw a few jabs, and she didn't land. I mean, both of these girls, these women, they are in tip-top shape. They're throwing the jabs, but they're not landed. I haven't seen anything that land yet. I'm going to tell you right now that Katie Taylor is winning the foot battle. And what I mean by that is that because she's an orthodox fighter, her left foot needs to stay on the outside of Amanda's lead right foot. And Amanda's lead right foot needs to stay on the outside of Katie's lead left foot. And usually when that happens, the jab is established, and of course, the money punch, the straight right or the straight left, shoot right down the middle. 20 seconds left in the first round. I mean, both of these women, they're throwing the jab, but they're not really landing. I mean, one punch did land by Amanda Serrano, which was the left, and it landed right on the shoulder of Katie, and that ended the first round. I mean, listen, this can be an easy night for both fighters, or it can be a hard night for both fighters. I believe both of them will have to make that decision as the fight wears on. And what Katie Taylor's going to have to do is she's going to have to basically step in a little bit. She's going to have to take a little bit of a risk to get on the inside of Amanda Serrano, because Katie Taylor does well on the inside. But if she stays on the outside, Amanda Serrano will use that to her advantage to back Katie Taylor up by doubling that jab, and then, of course, landing that left hand that hurt Katie in both fights. And now round number 2 is underway. Amanda Serrano is throwing the jab, but she hasn't landed it yet. She's still too far. Katie's throwing the jab. She's still too far. No significant punch have landed just yet. They're filling each other out, of course. And now there was a left hand that landed flush by Amanda Serrano. Katie Taylor is bouncing on her feet, resetting, and I don't really particularly agree with that, because while she's doing that, Amanda Serrano can press the action. Both fighters are still filling each other out. A little over 1 minute left in the second round. Counter punch landed by Amanda Serrano, the right hand. And Katie Taylor looks like she's looking for the counter. Amanda Serrano again. Lands a slight left hand. It didn't land flush, but it's disrupting the timing of Katie. And then Amanda Serrano throws a straight left hand that bounced Taylor back. And then Katie just landed a straight left with 30 seconds remaining here in the second round. Katie Taylor is circling to her left. Good left hand by Katie. Good body shot by Serrano. Katie Taylor is moving around the ring using lateral movement. Good right hand straight down the middle by Katie Taylor. And I mean, they're just filling each other out. No one is taking any big risks. That ends the second round. Neither one of them has landed anything really significant, but they're filling each other out. They're not taking any significant risk at this point, and that's understandably so. But Katie Taylor's going to have to take a little bit more chances, in my personal opinion, without getting caught with a big shot, because obviously we know that Amanda Serrano is the power puncher in this fight. Ready to begin the third round. And the second round just started heating up just a little bit. And now here we are at the third round. And Amanda Serrano looks like she's winning the foot battle already by keeping her lead right foot on the outside of Katie Taylor's left foot because she's a southpaw and she's throwing the jab. Amanda's throwing the jab. She's throwing the jab and she's trying to establish her presence. Katie Taylor's throwing the left and then the right, but it missed. And both of them are trying to basically close the distance and find their range with the jab. Katie Taylor's doing a little bit too much movement for my liking. She's moving her body, but she's not moving her head. Now she's moving her body, and then Amanda Serrano's looking for that one punch. No significant punch have landed yet in this round. But I can tell that Amanda Serrano is getting more confident as she's walking Katie down, and Katie's trying to use angles as she's throwing the jab, but neither one of their jabs landed just yet. Good straight right hand by Katie lands. Then the left hand, then the fight breaks out. Then the left and the right by Katie. Then Amanda Serrano with the left. And now they're both standing back in the middle of the ring, little over 30 seconds to close out the third round. That was a nice little exchange by both fighters. Katie with the straight right. And she's moving to offset the timing and rhythm of Amanda Serrano. But she's got to start landing something significant. Good body shot with the right hand by Katie. Then the left hand by Katie. Left hand again land by Katie. Serrano did sneak in the right hand, and that was a good round for Katie Taylor as it closed out the third. It just started warming up in the second. Now it's starting to warm up again in the third. That was a nice exchange by both fighters. And I'm going to tell you right now, I can see a war breaking out. Heavy exchanges by both fighters. The problem that Katie's going to have is if she get in this type of war with Amanda Serrano, she can get caught with a big shot. Once again, Amanda Serrano is the power puncher. She has more power in her punches compared to Katie Taylor. And so that's not the fight that Katie want to get into with Amanda. The question becomes, with all this movement that Katie is doing, will it become a hindrance to her if this fight goes the distance and tire her out? Round number 4. Starting right now, both fighters standing in the middle of the ring, still trying to establish their jab. Serrano throws a 1-2, 1-2, but she missed. She's nowhere near the range of Katie. She did just double the jab. She landed the second one. Katie Taylor throws a right hook. She missed. And see, the reason why you don't see a lot of exchanges going on right now is because they know each other. Katie's trying to go to the body with the right hand, but she missed. Left hand to the body. Straight left to the body. Land by Serrano. Katie Taylor is limiting her movement now, but she got to keep her head off of the line. Good right hand by Katie. Jab thrown by Serrano, but it didn't land. Another jab thrown, then the 2 throw. That didn't land, but a counter punch landed by Katie, the left hand. And then Katie lands another counter punch. Katie is basically a good counter puncher. And it looks like Katie is counter punching with the left hook that landed again. And Katie looks like she's more confident. I see her body language. She looks like she's a little bit more confident. She stopped that lateral movement. She's still bouncing, and I don't like that bounce because she could get caught with a big left hand. Serrano pressing the attack. Good right hand by Serrano. Left hook land, the counter with a little under 30 seconds remaining. Combination thrown by Katie, but nothing significant landed. 15 seconds left to close out the 4th round. Right hook thrown by Katie, but it didn't land. Right hook thrown by Amanda, then the left hook, and it didn't land. But Katie did land a left hook. She's starting to throw a little bit more combinations and open up her toolbox. And I'm talking about Katie Taylor. I mean, the fight is a good fight. Like I said, a lot of times when you see these type of situations where the fighters kind of know each other, especially in a rematch or in a rubber match, the action don't break out sometimes until later on because they know each other. They're being a little bit hesitant, a little bit cautious, not trying to risk it all early on in a fight. They want to wear down each other, get in each other's head, make each other second guess their best punches, and then start firing off. And then and then of course, obviously, when a firefight or an exchange happens, that's when we see some good fireworks. And guess what? We're halfway through the end of the fight as round 5 is about to begin. Amanda Serrano is pressing the attack. She's throwing the jab, throwing it and throwing it. Consecutively throwing the jab, but it's not landed because she's not in range until she steps in with the jab. Katie Taylor landed 2 straight right hands. Right hand landed by Serrano, which was a counterpunch. Katie Taylor is constantly bouncing on her feet. And when she's bouncing, she backs straight up when Amanda Serrano is pressing the attack. And that's not good for Katie, but, Katie's standing toe-to-toe. She's got to move her head. She's bouncing, but she's got to move her head off the line. Katie Taylor's throwing some good counters. Oh, good exchange popped out. Amanda Serrano pops out with a left hand that slightly lands. Katie pushes her off. Little under a minute remaining here in the 5th round. Serrano pressing the attack. Katie backing up, but Katie lands a right hand, throwing combinations and letting her hands go. It has no effect on Serrano, and Serrano's punches right now don't have any effect on Katie, but I can see Katie breathing with her mouth open already in the 5th. Left hand land by Serrano, and then a counter land by Katie. 2 punches, the right, then the left. Left hand counter land by Katie again after Serrano missed the right hand. Straight left land on the shoulder of Katie by Serrano. Katie's stuck in the corner. She's got to get out the corner, and she does with a hold. Small little exchange breakout. Serrano still pressing the attack. Missed the straight left. And that ends and close out the 5th round. Man, I'm going to tell you something. This fight's very close. And you already know I'm judging and scoring each round. Round by round, I will not give my total scores on my scorecards until after this fight. Well, I'm going to tell you what both of these fighters got to do right now coming into the 6th round. They're not taking the risks that we all anticipated. Right now, Amanda Serrano has to lay it all out now. It's the 6th round, and the first 2 fights with Katie, the judges did not give her any rhythm. They didn't give her any wiggle room, and she lost on the scorecards. Now, I believe she won in the 2nd fight, but in this fight right here, as the power puncher, she's going to have to start pressing the attack because she's backing Katie Taylor up and successful at it as far as the foot placement. Katie Taylor's bouncing on her feet, and she's gassed out, in my opinion, because she's breathing very heavily with her mouth open. But Katie is still in this fight, and right now, opening up with the 6th round, you can see that Amanda Serrano, she is actually being more of the aggressor, standing her ground, but she's going to have to start backing Katie up. She's throwing the 1 and the 1-2, but it's not landing because she's not stepping with it. And the big right hand just landed straight down the middle for Katie Taylor. Serrano is throwing punches, but she's not landing it because she's not stepping with it. She's not stepping with the 1 or the 2. Katie Taylor gets hit with a left hook and a big exchange. Good 3-punch combination land by Katie Taylor. 1 minute remaining here in the 6th round. And it stopped Amanda Serrano in her tracks. Now she's stepping a little bit. Good body shot straight down the middle by Serrano. Katie Taylor moving her head. And now the straight left, slightly led by Amanda Serrano, but then Katie comes back with two big counter punches. Serrano lands a straight right, backs Katie Taylor up to the ropes. Under 30 seconds remaining in the 6th round. Katie Taylor looking to counter. Clash of heads, but the ref didn't see it. Happened so fast. Katie Taylor moves her head and makes Serrano miss, but she doesn't make her pay with 10 seconds remaining here in the 6th. Katie Taylor is just standing her ground. Amanda Serrano lands a straight right hand that stumbled Katie just a little bit at the close of the 6th round. I'm going to tell y'all something right now. I believe that was Katie Taylor's best round. She landed several different 3-punch combinations. 2 out of 3 landed on both exchanges, but Katie Taylor has to breathe. I'm looking at her in the corner here. She's not breathing deep. She's just breathing with her mouth open, sitting on a stool. But the straight right hand landed flush straight down the middle, and that's because, like I told you before, Katie Taylor won the foot battle where her left lead foot was on the outside of Amanda Serrano's lead right foot, and that's how that punch was able to shoot right down the middle in that exchange. Serrano has to pick up her levels right now. Here in the beginning of the 7th round, she has to be a little bit more aggressive. I mean, she is the power puncher. And she's basically stumbled Katie Taylor with the straight right when the closing of the 6th round happened. And like I said, she's throwing the punches, but she's just not stepping in enough to land it. And there was a clash of heads in this fight. It was nobody's fault. And it left a cut under the right eye right now of Katie Taylor. Amanda Serrano still throwing punches, but she's not landed. Another headbutt happened just now, happened so fast because they're trying to exchange. Right hand land by Serrano. Katie Taylor throws the jab, and she's trying to counter and entice Serrano to throw first. Both fighters standing in the middle of the ring trying to establish their jab. Katie Taylor pushes Serrano off. No significant punches landed just yet with under 1 minute remaining in the 7th round. Katie Taylor threw a 2-piece, but it didn't land. Wasn't in range. Straight left thrown by Serrano. Didn't land. Wasn't in range. But Katie Taylor's straight right just landed flush. They're throwing, but they're not landing because they're not in range. They don't want to get countered by a big shot. Serrano is just waiting to counter, but she has to be the aggressor in this fight. 10 seconds remaining in the 7th round. Now she's walking straight. Serrano lands a left to the body. Katie Taylor counters with the right. Serrano got her in the corner, but Katie dipped, and that closes the 7th round. I'm going to tell you something right now. You know, Serrano, she's going to have to pick it up. I've said this the last round. But if she wants to win this fight, she is going to have to be the aggressor, try her best to cut the ring off on Katie Taylor, let her hands go. She's going to have to let her hands go and step with that jab. She's throwing it, but she's not stepping with it. She's throwing the 2, but she's not stepping with it. She's throwing it. She got to step with it. And she's got to throw the double jab, then straight left to the body or the straight left upstairs, followed by the right hook. But she hasn't done enough, in my opinion, just yet. I have the scorecards here. Don't worry about it. I'm going to read my official scores right after this fight. But this is the opening of the 8th round. 8 rounds out of 10. Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano. Once again, Amanda Serrano come out swinging, but she's not stepping with it, so she's not landing with the punch. Katie Taylor bouncing on her feet again. Katie's even throwing, but she's not stepping with her punch either. They're just trying to pace themselves. Good right hand land flush in an exchange by Serrano. Serrano throws the left to the body and miss. Katie Taylor is standing straight up right in front of Amanda Serrano. They're standing in the middle of the ring. A little bit of movement from both fighters. I can tell that Katie is slowing down just a little bit in her bounce. Obviously, she did a lot with her output in the last couple of rounds. Amanda Serrano throws, but she misses again. Katie Taylor stops. Amanda Serrano is just following Katie Taylor around without cutting the ring or stepping. She's throwing, but she's not landing. Katie Taylor is just moving, using lateral movement, and a big left hand lands by Serrano, but it didn't phase Katie Taylor. Katie Taylor coming back with a counter. 30 seconds remaining in the 8th round. Katie Taylor is doing a good job using lateral movement. Left hand thrown, then the right hand thrown by Serrano, but both punches did not land. Katie Taylor moves around and get out of the corner. She's backing up just a little bit because I believe she's a little fatigued. And that closed out the 8th round right there, y'all. That just closed out the 8th round. I think a lot of us might have been expecting more fireworks. But like I told y'all before, when fighters know each other, sometimes it don't be like that. And guess what? Most times it do. I mean, look at fights between Pacquiao and Juan Manuel Marquez. I mean, look at fights between Velasquez and Rafael Marquez, one of the Marquez brothers. Riddick Bowe, Holyfield Tyson. They're showing a replay of the straight right hand that landed flush for Katie Taylor, and then the left hook, the counter left hook that landed for Katie Taylor in that round. These are the championship rounds. Once again, I told y'all will is going to beat skill in this fight. Whoever can dig down deep for these next 2 rounds might be declared the winner. The fight is still a little close. Katie Taylor being a little bit more aggressive, standing her ground. She's bouncing just a tad bit, but she's standing toe-to-toe with the power punchers, Serrano. Serrano's throwing the punches, but she's not stepping with them, so she's not landing anything. And Katie Taylor looks like she's a little bit more confident, standing toe-to-toe, throwing her right hand, but she missed it well. Katie Taylor's trying to land a big right hand straight down the middle. She did land a left hook just now, but she missed the right hand and the left hand straight down the middle. But whoever dig down deep and won it the most is going to win this fight, in my personal opinion. Nice right hand land by Serrano. Every time Serrano lands a left to the body or the chest of Katie Taylor steps back. But this time when she stepped back, she just landed the left hook. And now Serrano lands 2 good punches right in the middle of the chest of Katie Taylor. She throws the jab again. She did step, but it didn't land. 40 seconds remaining in the 9th round. Katie Taylor looks a little bit more determined than Serrano, in my opinion. Good right hand. Lands straight down the middle for Katie Taylor. Katie Taylor just countered with the right hand after Serrano missed. Katie Taylor's using lateral movement, and then she's standing toe-to-toe with Serrano. Serrano lands a good left hand. Back Katie Taylor up just a little bit. Left hand land slightly to the body of Katie Taylor. Katie Taylor lands a nice combination. Left hand straight. Man, Katie Taylor and Serrano, you can tell that they both are trying to preserve their energy, but Harvey Doc didn't really have to do any warnings or break up both of these fighters. No excessive holding, nothing. I forgot he was in the ring, actually. This is becoming more of a boxing match, which favors the style of Katie Taylor opposed to the power puncher aggressor, Amanda Serrano. But this is the 10th and final round that we're preparing for. Will versus skill. Whoever digs down deep, irregardless of the skill level, will win it. Fighter standing in the middle of the ring. Now, the 10th round begins. Now, Amanda Serrano comes out throwing a double jab, but she's not stepping with the jab. So she can't close the distance, but she is throwing it. In fact, she threw 7 jabs thus far. Didn't land anything. Katie Taylor didn't land a jab. She missed. Katie Taylor lands a good right hand to the body. It was a good punch. Counter punch by Serrano. The right hand to be exact. Katie Taylor lands a straight right hand. She's throwing the 1-2, but she's not stepping. Now she stepped into the left hand, did land to the body. Left hook land by Katie Taylor. Counter punch. 1 minute remaining. Combination land by Katie Taylor. Left hand land by Serrano. Big combination land. 1-2-1 land by Katie Taylor. Katie Taylor's breathing with her mouth open, but she's game. She's ready to fight. Left hand land by Serrano. 30 seconds remaining here in the final round. Serrano trying to advance. Left hook land by Katie. Right hand, then the left. Partially blocked by Serrano. I don't score that. I didn't count that. Left hand lands straight to the body for Serrano. Right hand thrown by Taylor, but she missed. 10 seconds remaining in this fight. Right hand lands by Katie Taylor. Another right hand lands. Both fighters dap it up and hug. And ladies and gentlemen, members of the jury, members of the Roll the Tape film crew, this third fight is over. I got to tally up these scores. I'll be right back. I have this fight 97-93. You can make a case for Amanda Serrano winning 4 rounds, but that's the most I'll give her. I did score 3 rounds, but I have this fight 97-93 for the winner, Katie Taylor. Somebody who was an unofficial judge on the screen just now, I don't even know who that was. They scored this fight a draw, 95-95. This was not a draw. Katie Taylor landed more punches, did more body work, and according to the 4 judging criterias, I think Katie Taylor did better. And I have this fight scored 97-93. Well, like I just told y'all, Steve Weisfeld, and I know Steve Weisfeld personally, and you all know that because I called him on the phone live in living color and interviewed him last year. But anyway, him and I scored this fight exactly the same, 97-93 for Katie Taylor. Now, if any of you say anything bad about me, I'm fine with it. But just make sure you tell them I'm a good judge because I was trained. I'm certified as an official. This is what I do. And I got it right because it's all about using the judging criteria. Katie Taylor won this fight more decisively than the first 2 fights. All the belts stay home with her. I scored this bout along with 2 of the other judges, one of them being Steve Weisfeld from New Jersey, 97-93 for Katie Taylor. I know a lot of people might not agree with the judges' scorecards, but I do. This was not a highway robbery. I think Serrano did better in the first 2 fights with Katie, particularly in the second fight. I just don't think she did enough. I told y'all at the beginning of their ring walks that typically when fighters come out and celebrate and dance and they spend more time on their ring walk and their outside performance inside the ring, it don't end well for them. Didn't y'all hear me say that? We've seen it happen too many times in boxing. And Katie Taylor stuck to the game plan. She stayed away from those big left hands by just using her jab and countering and moving and boxing instead of trying to exchange. And when she did get in exchanges, she didn't get hurt this time. It was a good fight overall, but Katie Taylor won this fight fair and square. But Amanda Serrano has nothing to hang her head low about. They are hugging each other with good sportsmanship. I think Amanda Serrano should have cut the ring off a little bit off of Katie. Katie was breathing with her mouth open for literally 4 rounds straight, then 5 rounds straight, then 6 rounds straight, then 7 rounds straight, then 8 rounds straight. And Amanda Serrano didn't take the risks necessary to press the attack. When Amanda Serrano was throwing and stepping at the same time with that left hand, she was landing it in the middle of the chest of Katie Taylor. And it was backing Katie up, but she didn't follow up on it. And if you go back and listen to the video I published earlier today, in this case yesterday, because it's 12:20 in the morning, in my breakdown, I said once Serrano get Katie hurt or stumble her, she's got to press the attack. She's got to basically keep the foot on the gas. And I told her, even if the round is about to close, like in the last fight, and we saw in this fight, Serrano landed a straight punch that backed Katie Taylor up, and then the bell rung. You got to come out the next round, capitalize off of that momentum, press the attack, And Amanda Serrano did not do that. I think she was more conscious about the counterattack. But at the end of the day, she didn't lay it on the line. I told y'all, the winner of this fight will be the one who dig down deep and have will overpower skill. And tonight, that's exactly what happened. Eddie Hearn is happy. Katie Taylor's team is happy. Hey, I mean, Katie Taylor beat Serrano officially all 3 times. Gave her her 4th loss. I wouldn't mind seeing Katie Taylor retire. But after this big magnitude, massive event, Eddie Hearn going to try to make sure he squeezes one more big check out of it, and I respect it. And so is Katie. I respect it. Squeeze one more big check out of it, and then let Katie retire. She's 39 years of age, and her legs are still there, but I can see that her legs is not all the way there. Neither is her stamina. And so there's no point of a fighter like that who accomplished so much, came from poverty, having to take a beating against a hungrier, younger, stronger puncher later on. So, it is what it is. There was not too many significant headbutts. There were 2 of them, but it was nobody's fault. Nobody's fault at all.